News.
Hello everyone, welcome to Great Ninja. We will show you lots of amazing facts and theories about Naruto and also Boruto. But before enjoying the video, please subscribe to this channel, share this content, and also turn on the notification bells. In the anime Boruto episode 293 entitled Farewell, the story will continue on the tension between Boruto, whose body has been controlled by Momoshiki, Kawaki, whose karma has been resurrected, and Naruto, who doesn't know what to do in the situation that really corners him. Basically, in this episode, there are many exciting, emotional, and unexpected scenes, including the battle between karma users. When Boruto's managed to take over part of his body again, Boruto was ready to die to stop Momoshiki, who was still trying to hijack his consciousness again. With karma just resurrected with Amato's help, Kawaki is forced to comply with Boruto's request without listening to Naruto's words. After his business with Boruto was over, Kawaki then used his karma to corner Code. He is willing to do anything to eliminate anyone who threatens Naruto's life. Kawaki's fighting style is extraordinary, and even Shikamaru is trembling with fear at his strength. From here, Code then realized the difference in strength between himself and Kawaki, so he then thought of another, unpredictable way as a countermeasure. Meanwhile, as brothers, Boruto and Kawaki have overcome many difficulties together during this time. However, their relationship has a disturbing and unpleasant shadow. Momoshiki has also announced to Boruto his prediction in the past, where destiny will take everything from Boruto, and it will arrive in the near future. After all this time, Naruto had been forced to not move because he had been threatened by Code, but beyond everyone's expectations, Naruto in the end moved to save his son from Kawaki's attack. Code regretted that Naruto had moved from his spot, as he had previously threatened to kill Shikamaru if Naruto had moved. Strangely, Code actually allowed Shikamaru to live, as if he had other plans in mind. Naruto angrily asks whether Kawaki intended to kill Boruto. Kawaki once again stated that he would do what he needed to do to protect the Hokage, and he thought that this was a do-or-die moment. Naruto screamed, saying that Boruto was his beloved son. Kawaki agrees with this fact, but on the other side, Boruto is a demon who is after Naruto's life. While Boruto was starting to come back to his senses, Naruto seemed to have run out of patience, saying that Kawaki was the one who has become a devil here. That's not a problem for Kawaki. Their main problem is that Naruto can't kill Boruto, so Kawaki will be the one to do it. Naruto asked Kawaki to calm down, but he responded that it was Naruto who needed to face reality instead. After that endless debate, Boruto then woke up with half of his consciousness still occupied by Momoshiki. Boruto pushed Naruto away from him and stared deeply at Kawaki. A sad look then appeared in Kawaki's eyes. He then greeted Boruto, who had regained half of his consciousness. Boruto tries to get up, but Momoshiki still tries to take over his body and tells Boruto to stay asleep for his own good. It seems that Momoshiki doesn't want Boruto to die, but Boruto then closed his Jogan with his right hand, saying that Momoshiki was the one who should be sleeping for good. Boruto then said that the meds given by Amato might indeed have worked. Moreover, Boruto also revealed that he was able to use Momoshiki's powers to an advanced stage thanks to him. But that is only temporary and is still far from a solution to overcome Momoshiki's appearance. Talking about the side effects of the meds given by Amato, Boruto even almost killed his own father, something he really didn't want to do. Naruto, with his Sage mode still active, just stared at Boruto silently, while Kawaki then spoke up, reminding Boruto about their conversation after Kawaki had lost his karma. At that time, Kawaki promised that he would help Boruto to erase his karma. Boruto remembered this, but today Boruto realized something, that they, unfortunately, had to go through the last resort plan. Naruto didn't understand the point and direction of the conversation at all. Naruto tried to ask them for an explanation, but the response he got was something he didn't want to hear the most. Boruto apologized to his father and asked Naruto to take care of Hinata and Himawari. Before Naruto could do anything, Boruto immediately used the Gale Palm technique to push Naruto away from him. While Boruto's mind is still keeping Momoshiki from taking over, Boruto orders Kawaki to kill him, because only Kawaki, whom he has considered his brother, is the only one he can rely on in this situation. Without second thoughts and regardless of Naruto's words as someone he greatly respects, Kawaki immediately changed his right arm into shinobi wear, which then pierced Boruto's chest. The attack left a gaping hole in Boruto's chest, and his body fell without letting out a single sound. This incident shocked everyone who witnessed it, thinking that there was no chance for Boruto to survive the deadly attack. With such a fatal wound, coupled with Boruto's signs of life slowly disappearing, Naruto started running towards Boruto and then hugged his son. With Boruto's body condition like that, Naruto could only hope that this was all just a dream. From another point of view, Ada comments on the unexpected incident, asking about Code's next plans as Boruto, whom Code was going to sacrifice, is now dead. There's nothing Code can do right now. He really didn't expect that Kawaki would get his karma back and kill Boruto. Ada only reminds Code that she has absolutely no intention of interfering with Code's plans, but she also will not give Kawaki to Code. Ada firmly threatens Code that she will not forgive him if use Kawaki as a substitute for Boruto. Code was silent for a moment, and he intended to return to HQ to discuss this further. Code then formed claw marks around him, criticizing Kawaki for killing his target. Code says that he needed to go, while also reminding Kawaki that gaining power like that won't change anything, because Kawaki will never be free in his life. Someone will continue to try to use Kawaki for various purposes, and that is the destiny that Kawaki must bear. After saying that, Code kicked Shikamaru away and immediately jumped to get into his claw marks. But then Kawaki used a dojutsu on his left eye to shrink the claw marks that Code would use so that he couldn't escape. Even though claw marks cannot be absorbed with karma, Code's ability can be shrunk in such a way that Code's body cannot fit into it. Code was really surprised by this. He did not expect Kawaki could learn Ishiki's dojutsu in such a short time. Code repeatedly tries to use claw marks to escape, but at that moment Kawaki can easily counter it using Sukuna Hikona. While walking towards Code, Kawaki remarks that Code is in no position to comment on someone's destiny. Kawaki vowed to eliminate anyone who threatened the life of the 7th Hokage, even Boruto whom he considered his own brother, so he will not hesitate to kill Code who was the source of all this chaos. Code thought that this situation had gotten really bad for him, and at this rate, fighting seemed to be the only option left for Code. Immediately Kawaki used his dojutsu to release a lot of chakra rods that rained down on Code. Code quickly dodged and then moved towards Kawaki to counterattack using his claws. Different from before, this time Kawaki can easily block Code's punches and then hit Code so hard that he fell to the ground. It didn't stop there. Kawaki also kicked Code so hard that he was sent flying very far away. Code realized his weakness, but he still couldn't believe that Kawaki had managed to hurt him so badly. While Kawaki and Code were fighting each other, Shikamaru saw Naruto still hugging his lifeless son. While screaming his son's name, Naruto tells Boruto to open his eyes immediately. Seeing Boruto's injuries, Shikamaru was really shocked and started to think that there would be no chance for Boruto to survive. Looking down limply at his son who was lying weak and lifeless, Naruto asked Shikamaru if this was all just a dream. When Naruto said this, Shikamaru became even more surprised after realizing that Naruto's Sage Mode had been deactivated. In this situation, Shikamaru tries to encourage Naruto, saying that this fight isn't over yet. But no matter what Shikamaru said, Naruto couldn't get up from his slump and seemed to have lost his will to fight. Shikamaru watched as their surroundings were filled with chaos from the battle between the two karma users, Kawaki and Code. But regardless of what happened, Shikamaru could tell that Kawaki had the upper hand from the fight. Because of this, Shikamaru once again tries to encourage Naruto, mentioning Kawaki's superiority over Code. Their current problem is that Code is trying to escape. If Code managed to escape, then it would be a bigger problem later. According to Shikamaru, this is an opportunity they shouldn't miss to defeat Code by helping Kawaki. Naruto still couldn't move on from Boruto's death, and he was quiet and didn't even listen to Shikamaru's words. In the end, Shikamaru became angry and lost his temper, shouting to remind Naruto that he was the Hokage. Boruto has chosen to sacrifice himself just to protect them all, and this is not the time for them to lose focus, because that would be tantamount to them wasting Boruto's sacrifice. However, just like before, Naruto was not listening and he only sat there with a blank face. Back to the battle between the two karma users. Code was unable to attack Kawaki, who has received increased strength from his synthesized karma. Who would have thought Code, who previously was superior, began to show his weakness when he was forced to defend continuously without being able to counterattack? Things got even worse for Code when his left arm was hit by Kawaki's chakra rods, making it difficult for him to move and control his chakra. When the battle between Kawaki and Code becomes increasingly clear that Kawaki will be the winner, to which he will use his fire blast to finish off Code, who looks helpless in front of Kawaki. He then says that he doesn't know the motives of the person who want to meet him, but if they threaten the Hokage's life, then there will be no mercy for them. When the fire blast exploded and created tremendous destruction, creating a puff of smoke that soared into the sky, Shikamaru and Naruto no longer knew what was happening there. But with that much destruction, Shikamaru at least thought that Code would die then and there. It's just that, Shikamaru was taken aback when the smoke slowly faded, but the one who was injured from the attack was actually Kawaki himself, as if Kawaki was affected by his own attack. Kawaki is seriously injured, his karma has faded, and is no longer active, then he fainted. Not only was Shikamaru really shocked and confused about what was really happening, but Naruto, who had been focused on Boruto's corpse, started to look behind him and ascertain what had really happened to Kawaki. Then it shows Code looking like he's pulling someone out of his claw marks, and the person Code is pulling out is Daemon. Code had used a cunning trick to defeat Kawaki, where he pulled the sleeping Daemon through the claw marks that were attached to Ada's body earlier. As you know, Daemon's ability is to reflect all kinds of attacks resulting from killing intent, which in the end is used by Code to counterattack Kawaki. Kawaki's Fire Blast attack, which should have hit Code and Daemon, had the effect reversed on Kawaki himself, which in the end made him fall unconscious. Daemon, who was previously asleep, starts to open his eyes when he's pulled by Code, asking Code which enemy he is fighting, because Daemon will destroy those who become enemies of Code. From a distance, Shikamaru saw Daemon's appearance very clearly from within Code's claw marks and confirmed the assumption that Code really had an ally with terrible power, who could even take down Kawaki with just one strike. But after Kawaki was defeated, Daemon was then returned to Ada's lap. Even though Code is fine in the end, Ada is angry that Code has done as he pleases. Moreover, Code has used Daemon to defeat Kawaki. Ada once again threatens Code that if anything happens to Kawaki, then Code will regret everything. Code was silent at Ada's threat and then placed his claw marks near Kawaki to check his pulse. Ada once again reminds him if anything happened to Kawaki, then Ada will send Daemon back to kill Code. Code can breathe a sigh of relief after knowing that Kawaki is still alive. At least his fate is still safe from Ada's threats. Code tells an unconscious Kawaki that he doesn't like this one bit. Code admits that currently, he is still too weak to face Kawaki. Actually, Code could have brought Kawaki to the headquarters with him, considering that Kawaki was already unconscious. But with Code's current strength, it would be a problem if Kawaki regained consciousness, as nothing would be able to hold Kawaki down in the future. Therefore, Code will allow Kawaki to be free from him for a while, but he promises to return to Kawaki later after the limiter is released by Yamato. After that, Code then fled without through claw marks, while Shikamaru and Naruto could only watch this from a distance without being able to do anything considering they were at different power levels. After Kawaki was defeated by Code and his body was left lying unconscious, Naruto gave Kawaki a sharp look as if thinking about something. Meanwhile, Shikamaru asked Naruto about what they would do to Kawaki next. Naruto at that time still seemed unable to accept the reality, and pretended not to understand the meaning of Shikamaru's words. Shikamaru said that even without Kawaki killing Boruto, sooner or later they would have to deal with Momoshiki. However, Shikamaru thinks that the real problem lies in Kawaki's attitude towards the situation, where Kawaki is not at all reluctant to do whatever needs to be done to achieve his goal, which in this case is to protect Naruto, even if it means killing his own brother. Naruto is still unable to think rationally here and is still trying to protect Kawaki, by questioning whether they should expel Kawaki from Konoha because then Kawaki will be even more difficult to handle. Shikamaru's point was not that, but about the possibilities that could happen and the views of other villages towards Konoha if they knew about this incident. It was also possible that Kawaki would retaliate against the village as public opinion of Kawaki had been quite bad since his arrival to Konoha, especially after the Ishiki attack on Konoha. Naruto certainly feels angry about this situation, thinking that at a time like this Kawaki has no family by his side, then who will stand up to protect Kawaki? This time it was Shikamaru's turn to raise his tone, questioning Naruto's view of Kawaki and how Naruto could still consider Kawaki a member of his family, also reminding him that Kawaki had killed Boruto, who was Naruto's son. Although anger was increasingly evident in Naruto's eyes, he could not reply or dodge Shikamaru's words, because that was the harsh reality he had to face. The person Naruto had considered his adopted son was actually the cause of the death of his biological son, Boruto. Meanwhile, with the large gaping hole in Boruto's chest from Kawaki's attack, Boruto should have been confirmed dead, as Naruto and Shikamaru had not felt any signs of life in Boruto. However, Boruto's hand surprisingly moved to touch Naruto's chest, asking his father who had been killed. Naruto was speechless in this situation, as was Shikamaru, who was confused about how Boruto could come back to life. According to Boruto, it was a rude thing to think someone was dead while himself was still alive. Naruto's gaze, which had been blank from the beginning, now began to come back to life and look sadness that had been held back from now on. Naruto's cry broke out. He cried his heart out while hugging Boruto tightly. This incident is exactly the same as when Naruto was thought to be dead after using Baryon mode, but the difference this time is Boruto, who died and was hugged tightly by his father. Shikamaru was still confused and completely lost his words, thinking that this was an impossible thing to happen, especially since Boruto had a gaping hole in his chest. But when Shikamaru looked at Boruto's chest, it was at that moment that Shikamaru realized that the fatal wound received by Boruto earlier had now been completely closed. And when Boruto put away the tattered clothes, a black karma pattern was shown around Boruto's chest, as if the karma pattern covered all the wounds Boruto had previously suffered. Not finished with his problem, suddenly everything around Boruto was like time had stopped, and in front of him now Momoshiki had appeared. At that moment, Boruto asked Momoshiki what exactly happened. While looking at Boruto sharply, Momoshiki said that losing the vessel would mean that his soul would also disappear, just like Ishiki's case. In addition to being the recipient of one's soul, the vessel is also something that binds one's soul in the world. Momoshiki also said that Boruto is his only precious vessel, so he cannot lose Boruto, no matter what happens for his own reasons. Part of Boruto's heart and lungs had previously been destroyed, so it was certain that Boruto would die, even if Momoshiki did not intervene. While being shown a flashback of how Momoshiki healed Boruto's wounds, Momoshiki said that he had resurrected Boruto using part of the karma. Momoshiki explains that the otsutsukification process on Boruto only has 18% left before Momoshiki can achieve his reincarnation through karma in Boruto's body. But while Boruto was in a state between life and death, he sacrificed the remaining 18% to turn him into Boruto's data. In short, Momoshiki had used the components that were supposed to be his resurrection later, to replace the organs that Boruto had lost. And unlucky for Momoshiki, because with Boruto taking Momoshiki's resurrection components, there will no longer be a chance for Momoshiki to be able to reincarnate through Boruto's body. Here Boruto began to think that this was his victory because Momoshiki could not rise again through his body. But Momoshiki then surprised Boruto that this appearance was precisely a warning to Boruto. Whether karma disappears or not, it does not change the fact that all otsutsuki data from karma in Boruto's body has been completely extracted, which means that Boruto is now a pure, genuine complete otsutsuki, or you can say Boruto has become 100% otsutsuki. In addition, it also means that Boruto is ready to become Ten-Tail's sacrifice, and sooner or later Code will find out about this from Ada. Momoshiki also reminded Boruto that this kind of awakening only happens once and will never happen again for the second time. If Boruto dies, then that will be the end of Boruto's story. In the past, Momoshiki had reminded Boruto of Boruto's destiny and blue eyes that would snatch everything from him. Boruto thinks that today's events are something Momoshiki meant. Momoshiki laughs, saying that this is nothing compared to what he had predicted, but it will happen in the near future and it will be something amazing to witness. That's the end of Great Ninja Channel video today. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe into this channel. Leave some comments, like and share this video so we can have more people to see this. Thank you and Great Ninja